Coming in here, I came in alone.
Yeah.
Without my mom, my dad, my siblings, just me, I and myself. So it was hard. Um, you have to. So I have to walk up to people because nobody's gonna know what you're passing through. Nobody's gonna know what you want if you don't speak out. If you don't approach people. I was me coming into Canada without. Wow. Yeah. So I don't know if I'm allowed to mention his name. This particular doctor offered his laptop to me.
Oh.
And then he was like, "Hi, Queen, I'm sorry that you're going through all of this. I know how it feels for you to be new to a particular place and you're trying to settle in and all that."
You mentioned about a situation where the children was having, where your friend did the hair thing with one's children,
Yeah, my
right?
coworker.
Yeah. Has there been any other situation where you got into trouble um, for doing the right thing which you thought was right at the moment for the child, but then the parents disagreed and then it was.
You have to make the move because if you don't make the move, how are we going to know that you need help?
Yeah.
You need to speak up. You need to talk.
Okay.
You need to reach out.
Yeah.
You need to keep every form of pride in you and speak up. Well, that's what we do here. Be it Nigerians, be it Indians, be it anybody. You're looking for a job, you need to,
put in what they are
looking for, whether you fit in or not.
Yeah. Some of the tricks that you have learned while dealing with children. Okay, if you want to make these children or any children want to obey you or do something for you or what you are telling them. Okay, so this is how you should do it.
You should talk to them in a soft tone.
How has the dating life been so far in Canada?
Come, you're welcome.
Okay, I'll ask you now. So today we have with us the one and only Queen Osijale. She's a really good friend of mine. She also studies in the University of Saskatchewan, and I felt that it will be really good if I do one video with her, as her experience is very wide and she has done several jobs. It will be also nice to have a little bit of Nigerian perspective on the show. So that's why we have the one and only Queen Osijale. Just to start off, let's ask Queen, how is she feeling? How are you feeling, Queen?
I think I'm nervous.
You look good though.
Thank you.
You dressed well. What are you nervous about?
About the questions you're gonna be asking me.
It's nothing gonna be too serious. I know you're gonna be good.
Okay.
Yeah. Tell us a little bit about yourself.
Okay. Like Yuvraj has said earlier, my name is Queen Osijale. Like Queen Esther Osijale, yeah. I'm a student here at the University of Saskatchewan. I'm in my second year. Currently taking sociology. Yeah. So I know many people will be asking the reason why I'm taking sociology as a course.
What, do you like sociology?
Yeah, I do.
Okay.
I do.
What do you like about it?
How to relate with people, how to interact with people. Exactly.
And what have you learned so far?
What I've learned so far, how you relate with human beings, with the environment, how you interact with them. Exactly. So it's just about social, like the well-being of people, relating with them.
Okay.
Exactly, generally.
Okay.
Yeah. So I'm taking sociology basically to become a youth advocate.
You want to be a youth advocate?
Yes.
That's really nice.
Thank you.
Why do you want to be a youth advocate?
I'm a human person. Like I have passion for youth in general. Exactly. So I want to be able to fight for youth. So there are youth out there that can speak up for themselves. So it's just like being their voices. Exactly, hearing them out and speaking on their behalf and fighting for them. Yeah. Exactly. So that's really.
You're from Nigeria, right?
Yeah, I'm from Nigeria.
So you want to be the voice for the Nigerian youth?
Not necessarily Nigerian youth, but youth
Okay.
as a whole. The
Okay.
Nigerians, Indian, Canadians, anyone,
Okay.
anyone, as far as you're youth, I'm there for you.
No, I'm by Nigeria. I meant like, do you see? Is there more need?
Yeah, of course.
In
here,
Nigeria?
yeah, in Nigeria, yes, there's more.
Because you've been there since like you spent, I don't know how
also
many.
my life, my life there in Nigeria, exactly.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then
I was born there. I grew up there.
Yeah, and then there are like other countries surrounding Nigeria, like Ghana. And
like
stuff.
Ghana, yeah, Benin Republic, yeah.
Yeah. So there is a much greater need, I feel, like in those countries.
Yeah, exactly. So I'm gonna be using my potentials, every of my being, to help the youth out there.
Okay.
Exactly.
Tell us a little bit about your Nigerian background.
Nigeria is a beautiful place.
Okay.
Yeah, it's really a beautiful place. Okay, many people have been asking many people here in Canada have been asking how Nigeria looks like. Yeah, it's a beautiful place. It's a place that you want to see. It's a place you want to be. And I don't really know the right word to use for with Nigerians.
Yeah.
So if you're able to scale through Nigeria, you can scale through anywhere. So that is how it is. Exactly.
That's why
if you're able to find your way in Nigeria, so anywhere you go, you can find your way.
You know, we say the same thing for Indians and some of the Asian subcontinent people, that if you know how to drive in India or maybe Pakistan or Bangladesh, you can drive anywhere in the world, anywhere else in the world, because the roads are so crowded in India and Pakistan.
It's same with Nigeria.
Yeah, and also the other part is the other thing people say, if you know how to deal with Indian people or the subcontinent people, you can deal with any kind of people in the world.
Exactly. If you know how to deal with the Nigerian or Nigerian people, trust me, you're good. Tell
me some of the characteristics or some of the how are the people of Nigeria like?
They're very hardworking.
Okay. Okay.
They're very hardworking. Okay. They are what we call hustlers in Nigeria, like workaholic. That's what they use here, right?
Okay.
Yeah. So they're very hardworking people and they're smart.
Okay.
Nigerians, we are smart. We're smart people.
Okay.
We're very intelligent. Yeah.
But why do you like? Okay, so is it because of these characteristics that you say that if you can deal with Nigerian people, you're good to go for like any country in the world?
If you know how to deal with Nigeria.
But see, when we say like if you know how to deal with some of the Indian subcontinent people, when we say that, it's more directed towards in the sense that if you know how to deal with cunning in Indian subcontinent people.
Okay.
Is it the same for Nigerian people as well?
Like which one?
Like about the cunning Nigerian people.
Like calling them?
Cunning, clever.
Oh. Last I use the word smart.
Yeah.
Nigerians, we are smart.
See, then you're a Nigerian yourself. You're not using the word clever. You're using the word smart.
We are smart.
Smart.
Yeah, we are smart.
I guess I'm not that smart.
We are smart people. When you see a Nigerian, you can tell that, yeah, this is a Nigerian.
Okay.
We are smart people. We are smart. Yeah. Yeah, I'm proud to be Nigerian anyways.
That's good to know.
Yeah.
What else is there about Nigerian people?
I love our culture. Yeah. I love our culture.
No, not necessarily you, but like generally about Nigerian people. Some of the interesting facts.
About them?
Yeah. What do they like? What do they usually like to do? How is the culture of Nigeria? Something like that.
I've mentioned the main part of it. Like we're smart people, we're very intelligent, exactly, and we are hardworking, exactly. So I think that just
what are the differences that you see are in Canada or in Nigeria? What differences do you find?
People in the Nigerians here too. or
can in Canada, living life in Canada or living life in Nigeria.
Okay,
what are some of the differences you found?
Okay, so the lifestyle here in Canada is pretty much different from that of Nigeria, like you living in Nigeria.
Mm-hmm.
Exactly. So, I think here it's quite easier for you to have access to literally everything
Mm-hmm.
compared to Nigeria.
Okay.
Exactly, like education.
Yeah.
Exactly, it's the schooling here is very much easier.
Yeah.
Exactly. So they kind of make education interesting for students here in Canada.
Mm-hmm.
Compared to that of Nigeria. Like,
Mm-hmm.
going to Nigerian schools, especially federal schools,
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if like it has reduced compared to when I was there. And when it comes to like the strike, like putting on hold to school activities because of one issue or the other, because of one thing or the other from the government and all that. So it's kind of makes school tiring for people,
Mm-hmm.
for students generally. Exactly. But here it's not like that. The only way the only student that are kind of accepted or exceptional from that kind of activity, like going on strike or putting on hold to your school activities, probably like private universities and state universities.
Yeah.
But outside that, like the federal universities, I don't know, they kind of make schooling tiring. Yeah, tiring, to be honest. Yeah. But here it's quite easier. You have access to learning materials. You're able to settle in. You're able to meet people that are willing to offer help. I'm not saying people can offer help in Nigeria, of course.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I think it's quite easier here
Mm-hmm.
than Nigeria. We have access to a lot of things. Internet.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, internet is number one. Like call it number one, no, after the education part of it, the internet part of it, exactly. We have access to internet, exactly, like the Wi-Fi and all that. The use of internet here is quite easy for people to use than in Nigeria. Nigeria, we need to like get something they call data. You need to go for it, like you buy it yourself, exactly. But here you can go to the grocery store, go to schools,
It's
go to
very
the hospital.
readily available.
Exactly,
Yeah.
it's very available here.
Yeah.
Than in Nigeria.
It makes a big difference.
A very huge difference. Yeah.
And there are like several tribes in Nigeria, right? What's your tribe, and tell us a little bit about some of the major tribes and tribal culture in Nigeria. Is it still very prominent or has it faded away?
Okay, so the major tribes in Nigeria, we have the Igbo, the Yorubas, and the Hausa. We have other tribes too, but the basic ones, like the main ones, we have that is just the Igbos, the Yorubas, and the Hausa. So the Igbos, people like man, I don't know how to explain this to you.
Business minded. Right?
Yeah, but I think you're gonna classify me as the Igbo and Yoruba because my dad is a Perseverian and my mom is a Yoruba woman.
Okay. Okay. She and your dad is Igbo.
My dad is Igbo.
And your
my mom is Yoruba.
Okay.
Exactly. So I'm mixed.
Okay.
Yeah.
And how are like Yoruba people? What are some of their traits and how's like Ahuzas? If you had to describe, right? Okay, I'll tell you. So I have talked to several Nigerian people here, right?
Okay.
So what they have told me is that Yoruba people, they like to have lots of degrees and degrees. They just keep on studying. They get old and they're still having a PhD or something. They have 2 PhDs from London and then they are doing the third one in America, right? And
then
like,
the Igbos, they like working.
They like doing business, money. Then some of the Nigerian people told me that if there is a place where there you can do a business, you will definitely find an Igbo there.
Of course.
Yeah. And the way an Igbo does a business is unmatched by anyone else in Nigeria. They know how to attract customers.
Exactly.
They know how to retain
of course,
customers.
They have the exactly.
Yeah. Is this all true?
That's true. That's correct. Yeah.
And one more thing. The third
100%.
one is Ahuzas, right?
Yeah, I would say.
So what I know so far, you can add on definitely.
Okay.
That Ahuzas you would find them to be more in army, and then they are also more in politics. So
Okay.
Yorubas are doing degrees and studying, and Igbos are handling the business, and then the Ahuzas are doing the politics and the army part. Is this true?
That's true.
Generally, right?
Yeah.
If you feel like I've missed
Oh,
it,
you're correct. Yeah, that's true.
you also have a foundation, right, on your name.
Yes.
Tell
Yeah.
us tell us a little bit about that.
Okay. I have a foundation called the Queen's Initiative.
Mm-hmm.
So it's more of like a charity organization. Although it was held 2019 on
Okay.
my mom's birthday, yeah.
Okay.
October 10th, 2019.
Mm-hmm.
Exactly, but I've placed on hold on it. Yeah, on hold have been placed on it exactly. So because I'm in school, there are a lot of things happening here. So I really need to put things in order before opening my foundation, before starting anything there. So what's the foundation all about? Basically, it's about reaching out to people,
Mm-hmm.
youth,
Okay. Youth advocate. Yeah.
youth specifically, exactly. So why we're reaching out to them? So I believe in gifts.
Yeah.
I believe in talent.
Okay.
I believe in hard work.
Mm-hmm.
Exactly. So it's like reaching out to the youth for those that have gifts, those that are talented,
Mm-hmm.
just to develop those gifts in them,
Okay.
develop their potentials.
Nice.
So that's what the foundation is basically all about. And also reaching out to less privileged, to the motherless babies, to the orphans.
Mm-hmm.
And for those that want to go to school,
Mm-hmm.
we are there to help them go to school.
Mm-hmm.
Exactly. It's just like kind of giving a better life.
What
So
motivated you to?
Like I said,
Take
I'm a
this.
human person.
Yeah.
I have passion
Yeah.
towards humans.
Yeah.
I feel for people.
Yeah.
I don't want to say I've been through one or two things before doing what I'm doing. It has just been something I've been doing while growing up.
Mm-hmm.
Like sometimes I just find myself helping people,
Mm-hmm.
those in need. Exactly. Like I kind of occupy a space in their life, make sure that okay, me staying in their life is accomplished before leaving you. I'm not just leaving you like that, but okay, when I see that okay, my purpose of me coming to your life is already accomplished, then you just see me living naturally, like just like that.
Okay.
Exactly. So it's just something I have passion for. Like
Okay.
I'm a youth person, I'm a human person, I'm a people person.
Yeah.
Exactly. So and also to be the voices of people. Like I said, youth
Mm-hmm.
generally or specifically rather. Exactly. So hearing their voices speaking on their behalf of those that probably, for example, abused physically,
Mm-hmm.
sexually,
Mm-hmm.
exactly, probably being maltreated anyway at home. So we are coming out speaking on their behalf because they want to talk, they want to speak, but people can't hear them.
Yeah.
So we are there
Yeah.
to speak on their behalf, to say no to that.
Mhm.
Exactly. So that's what the foundation is about. It's all about. So it has been placed on hold for now. So probably when I'm rounding up with my studies,
Mm-hmm.
I will pick up something on it.
I think it's a really great initiative. I hope it goes well. I
Yeah.
hope you are able to help millions and millions of youth.
Yeah, I
Right.
hope so too. Like here I'm in Canada, I'm hoping to start up something here with it for international students
Okay.
specifically, exactly because I'm gonna use myself for example. Coming in here was a bit tough.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it was kind of tough. So finding it difficult to having learning materials and all that because everything was just. You understand exactly? So
It was very new for you.
exactly. So I was finding it hard to settle down.
Yeah.
Exactly to get to make up things for myself to get familiar with the weather, with people, with the system and all that. So it was quite hard for me.
Yeah.
So this initiative is gonna be helping international students, be it Nigerians, be it whatever tribe, Ghanaians or whatever, to help them settle in. Though we have communities here that help international students. But mine is just like it's gonna be very very easy
Mm-hmm.
for students to be able to have access to like okay I'm an international student. Probably I don't
Very
have
approachable.
exactly very very approachable. You know what I
Yeah.
mean?
Yeah.
Exactly.
Okay.
So it's basically gonna be I'm gonna be using it to help international students here to settle in once they are fine. Exactly.
You mentioned a few things about settling into Canada. When you initially came here,
Yeah.
you had to deal with weather. You had to get familiarized with people here.
People exactly with the environment. Yeah.
How did you manage all of this? Did you have any help from someone, or
Yes.
were you on your own?
Yeah. Okay. So coming in here, I came in alone.
Yeah.
You know, without my mom, my dad, my siblings, just me, I and myself. So it was hard. Um, you have to. So I had to walk up to people because nobody's gonna know what you're passing through. Nobody's gonna know what you want if you don't speak out. If you don't approach people. So what kept me driving was me being very positive in my doing. I'm a very very positive person. So that was just what kept me going. So I was able to approach people and to God be the glory. Sorry, I'm a Christian though. Yeah, as God may have it, I approached the right people. So people I approached really helped me. They were there for me even till today. They are still there for me. Exactly. So I had to walk up to people to tell them, okay, yes, I'm new in Canada. I need to get things done and all that, and I got all the support I needed. Though it was hard, for a while, but at a point
What was the hard part?
and then the hard part was me coming into Canada without wow. Yeah. So I came into Canada without learning materials, like laptop, textbooks. So I was supposed to come in this period, like this summer, but I couldn't fly. I couldn't fly due to one challenge or the other that came up. So I had to stay back till later on, like later exactly. So coming in there, coming in during the winter period or during the fall period without winter jacket, without boots, because when I was leaving, I had to give out all my stuff to my loved ones, to everybody out there. Like, okay, yes, Queen is living in Nigeria for Canada, so I gave out everything. My mom was like, okay, you're giving out everything. What are you going to use when you get there? I was just like, I don't know, I'll be fine. So long story short, getting in here without a laptop, without textbooks, without much funds on me, without winter clothes, without winter boots, it was hard, of course. It was really, really hard. So, taking classes, trying to, catch up with the way they teach, with the assignment, because I don't know the difference between the study in Nigeria and here. I think it's more intense here in Canada because you go into classes, you have lecturers and they're giving you assignments back to back, like
every week.
Every week you're done with this one and then another one is coming and you're like, this is not what I signed in for, exactly.
Yeah.
When you keep telling people in Nigeria, they won't really understand until they come and experience it themselves. So it was more like it was intense, like it was demanding. So, and assignment, and a lecture, the assignment would be like, okay, write 5,000 words, 6 pages, and you don't have a laptop.
Yeah.
You were my savior then. You helped me, I had to approach you and say, okay, since the library is closing, where is another place I can have access to the library here? And then you had to take me around. Thank you so much.
No,
Thank
you're
you.
welcome. You're welcome.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you. I really appreciate it. Thank you so much. So, I had to tell the professor, like, okay, can you please extend the due date or the deadline? And then the professor had to ask me, like, okay, you keep on asking for an extension, like, okay, why? And I had to tell him that I don't have a laptop of my own. I have to stay on campus till 9 p.m. to 12 midnight for me to get my assignments done before going home, because when I get home, I won't be able to do anything.
Yeah.
Exactly. So he kept on extending it, and as God may have it, along the line, this professor, I don't know if I'm allowed to mention his name, this particular doctor offered his laptop to me.
Oh.
And then he was like, "Hi, Queen, I'm sorry that you're going through all of this. I know how it feels for you to be new to a particular place and you're trying to settle in and all that. I have a laptop for you."
Mhm.
And then I hope it's fine. I hope you find it well. I hope it finds you well. And I've been using laptop for so years and all that. And to be honest, I was dumbfounded. I was speechless. I didn't even know how to like, yeah, or I don't know. I was just because I wasn't expecting it. And we're taking the man's course online.
Mm.
His classes were online actually.
Yeah.
So the first time I was meeting him in person, so he brought the laptop to school here, and they're like, "Okay, this is for you." So I was like, "Okay, for how long can I use it?" Then I returned. He was like, "No, this is for you. I'm just giving it to you." And I'm still using the laptop till today. Yeah, because he said it's an old laptop that he has used it for many years. That it may not really take me that long.
Mhm.
But to my greatest surprise, I used it in having my assignment, done my exams and all that. I've even still using the laptop till today. So I approached the right people. That was one of the challenges I faced, and it was very, very helpful. And then later on, I had to talk to people, okay, where can I get stuff like this? And and I was just getting, people helping me out, helping me to settle in and all that until I found myself. Exactly.
So you would say people are generally helpful.
Yeah, people are generally helpful here.
Mhm.
When you reach and when you open up and you talk to people, of course, people are willing to help you here in Canada.
But you have to make the move.
You have to make the move because if you don't make the move, how are we going to know that you need help?
Yeah.
You need to speak up. You
Yeah.
need to talk.
Okay.
You need to reach out.
Yeah.
You need to keep every form of pride in you
Mhm.
and speak up.
It's just something you're doing for yourself.
For yourself, exactly, because if you don't speak up, nobody is going to know what you're passing through and you're going to die in silence. So you have to keep every form of pride aside and reach out
Mhm.
and speak up. And then people are willing to help.
Yeah. Yeah.
People are willing to help. You just, pray for the right people to approach.
Mhm.
And then trust me, once you approach people, people are willing to help.
Mhm.
Canadians, Indians, Nigerians, black people, white people, people are willing to help. They are willing
Just
to
reach
help.
out.
Just reach out.
Uh-huh.
Just reach out and then you'll be fine.
Okay.
And be very, very positive.
Have you found any bit of racism here so far? No.
Alright.
Do you feel any bit of racism or no?
No.
Not at all, right?
Yeah. Maybe to other people, but to me,
Not to you.
Not to me. No.
Yeah. And have
But
you?
because the man that gave me the laptop is a white person.
Yeah.
He's not a black man. He hasn't seen me before. I haven't seen it before. Like I said, we usually have his class online,
Yeah.
like on Zoom.
And you just mentioned your problem.
My
to him.
problem to him, not that
Yeah.
I told him I need a laptop.
Yeah.
He just asked why. Because you're always asking for an extension. I said yes because I don't have a laptop for me to use. Because when I get home, I can't do anything, so I have to stay on campus till 9 p.m. to 12 midnight to get my assignments done.
Mhm.
Exactly, just for me to meet up.
Mhm.
And then I'm still not able to meet up because it's not I still need to leave school. I still need to do other stuff too. Exactly. So and then he heard it and then he had to offer help. I had like a family friend here that kind of connected me to a job. So that was how I got my first job.
Yeah.
So she just, like a family friend. I've not really seen her, but families from Nigeria had to contact her. I have one of my daughters here in Canada that she really needs to settle in and all that. So she had to call, like, okay, I have a girl, I have my sister here. She does a job and stuff like that, exactly. So that was how I even got my first job.
Mhm.
Exactly, yeah. So that was quite easy for me. And then since then, I've been, she's a Nigerian, so like me.
Okay.
Yeah, exactly. So that's why I said if you reach out, people are willing to help.
Mhm.
People are always willing to help. So that's how I got my first job, and then from there, I've been able to get as many jobs
Mhm.
as I want, or as I could, or as I can.
So tell us about your job search or finding jobs in Canada as an international student from Nigeria.
About my jobs.
Yeah, because I know I don't know the number, but you've done like more than 7
Are you
different jobs.
exaggerating?
No, I'm not exaggerating. I'm being honest. I don't know how many in number you have done,
Okay.
but just tell us a little bit about how many jobs you have done
I've done
and
so far.
yeah, and also like how did you find them and was it easy? Was it hard?
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So my first job here was in the mall as a sales representative.
Mhm.
That was true, the person that connected me, and then since then I've just been getting the jobs on my own.
Okay.
So how I got my jobs, I check online, just apply to as many jobs as you can. Like sending your resume, which we call CV in Nigeria.
Mhm.
Exactly. Sending your resume, just update it, make it look presentable. Whether you've done the job or not, put it down. It has to tally with
What they want.
what they want.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
We are smart people. But that's what we do here. Be it Nigerians, be it Indians, be it anybody. You're looking for a job, you need to,
Put in what they are looking
what they're
for.
looking for.
Yeah.
Whether you fit in or not.
Yeah.
Exactly. So that was what I did, and that was how I got my job. So I've worked with the government, City of Saskatoon, as a um, leader,
Mm-hmm.
playground leader. So what we do, I've always been working with kids since I got here in Canada. Like I've been working with youth, with children.
Yeah.
Exactly. So what we do, we just organize the playground for them, do crafts work with them.
Mm-hmm.
For those sites that you're being posted to that have pools, I'm a good swimmer, so I teach them how to swim.
Nice.
Exactly. I teach the kids, the little ones, how to swim. Then I work with a professor as a VC assistant, video conference assistant.
Mm-hmm.
So what do we do? So we have a university in Regina in a different city, First Nation University.
Okay.
No, that should be in Regina also. Yeah, either Regina or Bristol, but I think it's in Regina, exactly. Okay. So we have the campus here in Saskatoon. So there's no professor here, there's no lecturer here to teach those ones. So I have to stand in gap for the professor.
Okay.
Exactly. So I go to school, I go to class whenever we're having a particular course. Mm-hmm. So I actually worked for like 3-4 different professors in a semester, or for that particular semester. Exactly. So whenever we're having that class, that's when I go in. So what I do basically is just to turn on the screen for them, take attendance whenever they have exam, I supervise them to make sure there's not any form of exam malpractice.
Be the invigilator.
Exactly.
Okay.
So I was just more of like, doing what the professor would do when it's there.
Okay.
Exactly. And then I worked at the university as a research survey interviewer.
Okay.
So we basically call Canadians or people that have been here for long, asking them for their opinion about some certain topics. Example, maybe about policing in Saskatoon, about sexual harassment.
Okay.
How safe the community is, about HIV, mm-hmm. about COVID-19 and all that. So we just call random numbers. So I was basically working in the university,
mm-hmm.
Doing all of that.
Yeah.
I worked as a cleaner, a professional cleaner, not just a cleaner. I was under a company. Exactly. So we go to different houses to clean for people. So it's like a contract job. So you just call my boss and say, okay, we need you to clean this apartment for 3 hours or 5 hours for a deep cleaning. Mm-hmm. And then my boss calls me like, oh, Queen, we have a site that we'll be cleaning. And then she sends me there and then I get paid. It's just under a company. And then I worked also at the university as a caretaker. So cleaning the university hostels, preparing the rooms for new students to come in. I worked as a caretaker attendant. I worked in a care home. I worked in a daycare. That's what I
Oh my God.
Yeah, I worked in a daycare as an assistant teacher. I worked as a sales representative. I've worked as a snow packer. Like pack snow for people. Exactly.
And you were saying I was exaggerating the number of jobs you have done.
I don't know that I get paid for it, and what else? I don't know. And then I worked as a volunteer at the university, like to take notes for students that are unable to write notes, to take notes when the professor is teaching. Some students find it difficult hearing from exactly. Yeah. So I volunteered, since I have a very good listening ear, and I am able to take down notes, post it on the group, and people like, oh, hi Queen, please, and can you help me with this? Like stuff like that, exactly. So I don't know. I think the other jobs I have really not mentioned, but so far so good. Those are the ones I can remember.
Which one has been the one that you like the most?
I love my job because if I don't like the job, I won't go for it.
But you've been changing also.
I've been changing because I kept improving myself.
Yeah.
Exactly.
But which one has been your favorite so far?
My favorite so far, working with kids.
Okay.
Working with kids. I'm working working with kids, working with the city of Saskatoon.
Okay.
Yeah, exactly. And the daycare too. And also with the professor.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm able to deal with
That's
students.
not favorite thing.
Yeah.
You mentioned 4 jobs and you're saying I asked you one. You mentioned four is not favorite.
I love my job, like I said. Okay. Favorite. Okay. I really have a favorite job. I actually loved my job. I actually loved what I did or what I'm doing or what I've done so far.
Okay.
Yeah.
So how is working in a daycare? What is it like? What do you do? Or tell us a little bit about that.
Wow. So the system here when dealing with kids is quite different.
Okay. What do you mean when you say different?
So here kids have a say.
Okay.
In something.
Okay.
You have to listen to them.
Okay.
You have to respect their view.
Okay.
Compared to that in Nigeria.
Okay.
Nigeria, once a kid is telling you I want this, you're telling them no, you must do this.
Okay.
But here it's not like
Otherwise?
that. You get punished.
You came like that. As if. Then you realize.
I realize it's not allowed here. I know, right? Yes, you get punished in Nigeria. Okay. You get punished for that, and you look very disrespectful because your mom or your dad or an elderly person is telling you do this, but you're saying no to this. But here, you have to respect that person.
Okay.
You really need to respect that person. So the child, my kids are like a year old, 2 years, 3 years, 5 years, 6 years. I think the oldest should be 9, 10 years old or so. So imagine a 2-year-old telling you, no, I don't want to eat. And you're like, okay, why? Because I'm full. You're like, okay. And I'm gonna give you this example. So we that day we had a celebrant. And of course we're gonna take pictures with the celebrant. And then one child said, Auntie Queen, I don't feel like taking picture. And you're like, okay, why? Because I don't want to. Okay, that's okay. But in Nigeria, you must take that picture. You must appear in them. Exactly. So kids' views, kids' opinion here must be are always
doesn't matter how small they are.
No. Okay. My 2-year-old kids usually tell me, Auntie Queen, I don't want this.
Okay.
Auntie Queen, I don't want that. Okay. I want this. You must respect them. That is the voices we're talking about because in Nigeria, our voices are not heard. We are being shh. But here we hear them out. Exactly. So their voices must be heard. Their voices are always heard here. Their opinion matters a lot and must be respected. So dealing with kids, I find it very interesting. You're dealing with a child, you're dealing with a kid. It doesn't look like you're dealing with a kid, it looks like you're dealing with an adult because you guys are interacting. He's speaking, you're speaking too. He's telling you what you want, you're hearing him out. Sometimes the kids have right opinions, like sometimes the decisions they're making, like I won't really say the decisions, like whatever they're saying kind of makes sense to the ear. It's just for you to guide them through. So for example, when it's lunchtime, some kids may not want to take lunch. You have to let them know that you must take lunch. Not just taking it, the reason why you must take lunch, you need to explain it to them. Like when they say it's not good to tell lies, you need to let them know why it's not good to tell lies. What are the repercussions that comes with it when you tell a lie? That is how I understood and how kids are being trained here. Like dealing with kids here is quite interesting. Like I think it's one of my favorite jobs, or my favorite so far. Yes, I enjoyed my job, or I'm enjoying my job currently because I'm currently working with kids. So they
So how do you deal when like small children don't agree or do what you want them to do?
you let them be. You call them, you
So
let them be at that moment,
okay.
and then later you call them and ask them why don't you want to do this, and you hear from them. If their senses, if their opinions kind of making sense, then you agree to it. Oh, okay.
But what if they don't know actually?
Then you make them know.
Okay.
You sit them down.
Okay.
And then you explain it to them.
But like they're small children, they don't listen still, right? Like
So there's how you teach them
okay.
that are gonna listen. We have some strong-willed children.
Okay.
Some kids that are very strong.
Yeah, that's
then you
like,
let them be.
What if they are hurting themselves?
No, when it comes to that particular one, then you're not gonna let them be.
Okay.
You let them know the danger attached to it.
Okay.
Even though they're strong-willed, because you care about them, you wouldn't want them to get in danger. Exactly. So.
Do you also get like specific requests from parents regarding their children? Like
exactly, like food.
Okay.
So we have some of them that don't really drink milk, although all the daycares I've been working here with, we give them milk.
Okay.
But there are some kids that are kind of allergic to, like when they drink the milk, they kind of throw up. Exactly, and then some certain food, so maybe like lentils and all that. So exactly, and also some some requests from parents, like before you touch the child's hair, probably you want to plait the hair or pack the hair, you have to get a consent from the parents first before you do that.
You have to get consent from the parent before you touch their child.
Exactly, like
in any
let
way.
me say exactly.
Okay.
For example, probably the hair is kind of dropping, you just want to adjust it a little bit. Just leave it like that.
Okay,
because
don't touch it.
Yeah, you don't touch it.
If you don't have consent.
Exactly, because the parent might find it offensive.
Really?
Yeah.
But that's just a small thing,
Of
right?
course, yeah.
But
so,
still, okay.
Still,
Okay.
you just have to respect that. You just have. So there was a time, one of our co-workers in my previous daycare, like one of the daycares I've worked with, she didn't know. So one of the kids' hair was dropping, was kind of obstructing her view and all that. So she wanted to like help her pack the hair. The mom wasn't happy with that.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, like why do you have to touch my daughter's hair? Why didn't you just leave it like that? We have to plead that she didn't know and all that. Exactly.
Okay.
So
it was a big deal.
It was a big deal. It was a big deal. So you have to get the consent of the parents of the child before you do certain things like that.
Okay.
Exactly. And also you have to ask the child, do you want me to do this for you? The child may say no, just leave it, and then you leave it.
Okay. So if like, does the child's consent matter? If
Sometimes.
So if like parents' consent is not there, right? But there might be some situations.
So it exactly where you really want to help the child. You're like, okay, do you want me to do this for you so that you can? Probably the child is trying to draw or write something, and then the hair is kind of disturbing the child. And you're like, okay, do you mind if I help you? Like, no, auntie, just leave it for me. Okay, just leave it. And then if the parents ask like, oh no, he actually wanted us to help him, back, and then that's fine. But whereas the child did not ask.
What kind of like duties or stuff that you help the children with? Like what kind of stuff do you help the children with? Do you just take care of their food or just their homework?
We teach them. We do more of activities like crafts.
Okay.
Reading.
Okay.
Exactly.
Okay, but what generally what is your responsibility for the children?
It's just more like a teacher.
Okay.
You teach the child, you let them know the ethics, how to use their words, how to be mannered, like
Okay.
Yeah, exactly. Sometimes the child can just say I want snack, and you're like, where is your manners, or how do we use our words? Can I please have some snacks? Stuff like that. So you correct the child on how to use their words properly. So it's more of like you're teaching the child, and also when we have like craft work, like school work, basically sit down. Okay, for those ones that don't really know how to talk very well, just give them pencils so that they can be able to grab stuffs. Exactly. So just give them something to keep them busy, and my boss had to get other activities too for the kids, like to create things on their own. Exactly, just make them imagine things on their own. Like it kind of help with the brain and with their thinking too.
Okay.
Exactly.
So, like you mentioned about a situation where the children was where your friend did the here thing with one's children,
Yeah, my
right?
coworker.
Yeah. Has there been any other situation where you got into trouble um, for doing the right thing which you thought was right at the moment for the child, but then the parents disagreed and then it did not go well?
No, not at all.
Okay.
Not at all. Okay, the only one was I think a particular child I was very naughty. I'm always putting her on timeout because you can't.
What's a timeout?
Timeout is just like asking the child to go sit somewhere else to have a rethink of what he or she did.
Okay. But,
So
but do the child really knows that that they are being,
they are punishments exactly.
Okay.
They are punished.
And they have to contemplate about their actions.
Exactly. So
but do the children really know?
Of course.
Okay, ma'am.
2-year-old kid. Now I'm gonna give you this example. So I have a 3-year-old boy in my daycare. So he wasn't listening. We were telling him, walking feet, Jake, walking feet. And he was just running. And then he was cussing because the place was kind of loud. And then I have to lift him from here and put on high chair.
Okay.
So the high chair is just like a chair that you can't get down on your own. You can't climb there. We have to lift you and put there. So he's on timeout. So I told him, I said, Jake, the next time you do this again, I'm going to put you on timeout. And he's like, no, Auntie Queen, no, stuff like that. And then he kept on doing the same thing, like he wasn't listening. And then I picked him up and put on the high chair, exactly. And the next thing, his friend was asking him, I think, this particular one was my boss that did this, exactly. So I'm going to explain the one I did. So he wasn't listening, so I was going to put you on high chair. So my boss did, she carried him and put him on high chair. And then his friend, he's 3 years old, like I said, a 3-year-old boy. So his friend that is 4, he's not saying, Jake, you're on high chair. He said, yes, I'm on high chair. And Auntie put me on high chair. He said, what did you do? Because I wasn't listening. So he could tell the reason why he's on high chair. That is what we want from the kids, or want for them rather.
Okay.
Let them know the reasons why you're doing exactly. So after that, so he's sitting alone, and then he's having a rethink of what he did, and then we'll go back and ask them, what did you do? Auntie, because I was not listening. You're not listening. That was how we put your time out. He said yes. So is it good?
Okay.
And then, so we have to put on our listening ears, and then you see them doing like this, like that, putting on their listening ears, that kind of thing, exactly. So those are the things you need to to teach the children or the child, exactly, ethics like that. Let them know the reason why they are doing what they're doing and why you're punishing them, why you're putting them on timeout. So you're taking them away from that stuff they're doing, putting them separate. So most of the kids don't like going on timeout because you're kind of depriving them from playing with their friends. So they're like alone, sitting down and then watching their friends jumping and all that. It's sad for them, like a big punishment. But in Nigeria, if you ask a child to go sit down there, the child will just be happy because it doesn't look like he's punished. It doesn't look like he's punished. So you just say,
and he also doesn't feel punished.
He doesn't feel punished. It's just like he's taking a break, something like that. But yeah, it's a big thing. Like you will see them begging that no. So they'll ask. So you might not even tell them you're gonna go on timeout.
Yeah.
So you just say you're gonna sit in the corner.
Yeah.
And they're like, Auntie Queen, I'm on timeout. Like, yes, take your time. No, I don't want to go on time. They don't like it. It's a big thing. In my country, it's just like you're giving them a rotational break. Exactly.
Yeah,
break time.
Relax. Yeah.
Exactly. So I actually enjoy my job. Yeah, I enjoy working with kids.
What are some of the tricks that you have learned while dealing with children? Okay, if you want to make these children or any children want to obey you or do something for you or what you are telling them. Okay, so this is how you should do it.
You should talk to them in a soft tone.
In a soft tone.
Yes, you don't yell.
You don't yell.
You don't say. You don't do that.
Okay.
You don't stamp your feet. You don't raise your voice.
Okay.
You talk to them in a soft tone.
Okay.
Jake. or Nathan,
Okay.
stuff like just in a soft tune.
Okay.
You're compelling them to do that. The only time you become stern, you're not yelling, but you're stern, is when that child is proving naughty.
Okay.
When he's strong-willed, then you're like, stop it,
Okay.
stop, stuff like that. And then the child like, okay,
Yeah.
and so he's not smiling,
Yeah.
stuff like that.
Something's not right.
Something is not right. It's
Yeah.
another, Jake, stop it. That's stressful, when you are yelling.
Yeah. I can imagine.
It's stressful.
Yeah.
But when you're being stern, I said, stop it. I don't like it. So the child like, okay, my auntie is not smiling. But when you want him to do what you want, you talk to him in a soft, let him know.
Yeah.
I'm gonna use this 1-year-old child for example. So I serve. So you're the 1-year-old.
Yeah.
So I just have the baby this, and then you want to, and then she's holding the spoon you want to use in feeding her.
Mm-hmm.
So how do you get the spoon from her? Like,
I don't know.
how do you collect it?
I mean, I would normally just
Like-
try to get it, right?
Like you just drag
No,
it?
I don't want to just pull it
Okay.
as if I want to,
Okay. But if you're trying to collect it and then she's still holding on to it, then what do you do?
I
Like-
would
You keep.
somehow
you
but
just-
I don't know, if the situation would happen right now, I would do something.
What
but
what our people is gonna do? They'll just want to hijack it from her, and just snatch it from her hand. But you're kind of engaging that child to have like a struggle with you.
Mhm, yeah.
Like, so the
You don't
child,
want that.
you don't want that. You don't
Yeah.
want the child, dragging the stuff with you.
Yeah.
So what you're gonna do? You're gonna get another spoon.
Yeah.
And then offer it to her.
Okay.
You're like, okay, I'm gonna use a name.
Then why would I even take her spoon?
So
If I'm able to get
because you
Okay,
wanna use
when you're trying to make them learn about something.
exactly.
Okay,
So
okay, okay.
exactly. So yeah, you asked me about the trick,
Okay.
right? Like some tricks. Exactly. So what you would do, you just you bring another spoon because you really want to use that particular spoon she's holding on to.
Mhm.
So you bring another spoon and then you offer it to her. You're like, okay, let me use Shelby for example. Hi Shelby, would you take this one? And you see Shelby dropping that particular one down and collecting that one from you.
Oh, okay.
So she's holding one. You're like, Shelby, take this one,
Yeah.
and then she's taking it and she's dropping that one in your hand, and then you're able to have access to the other one.
Okay.
So that's the trick.
Okay.
So there's nothing like, hey, give it to me. No,
No tugging.
no talking because
Yeah.
she's watching. She's not gonna hear
Yeah,
you, right? She
yeah,
doesn't understand. She only understands with action.
What about the languages?
Or speak English with them.
Only.
Only English,
Okay.
except in elementary school
Mhm.
and high school, they speak French.
Okay.
Exactly, but in the daycare, you can't start with French with them, except you take them to a French daycare.
Mhm.
When you want your child to learn just French.
Mhm.
Exactly. But we have been working with speak English to them. So that's the trick for a
Okay.
1-year-old child that doesn't really know how to speak. Exactly. And sometimes whenever you want to take her stuff, she's like, no, no. Stuff like that. She's telling you no.
Yeah.
A 1-year-old child can tell you no, and then you live it.
Okay.
But some of us will still go ahead struggling that stuff with them whine, and then at the end of the day, the child starts crying
Mm-hmm.
because it's as if you are violating her of her rights.
Mm-hmm.
Exactly. Don't do that. You let her be.
Mm-hmm.
Then later you can just play around with her and then take that stuff from her.
Mm-hmm.
So that's how we work with kids.
Mm-hmm.
You have to be smart with them too,
Okay.
because kids of this generation are very smart. Yes, they are. They are. But I actually enjoy my job. I enjoy working with children.
I also think I'm also a kid. By heart.
What made you think so?
Okay, so tell me. Okay, so tell me, how many hours do you usually have the kids with you, or it depends on family to family?
Okay, so the place I've been working so far is registered, or those places are registered.
Mm-hmm.
They are registered, exactly. So it's just more of like a school. Like you just drop there. So some daycare closes around 6, some 6:30, some 5:30. Once it's 5:30, you come pick up your child. But once it's after 5:30, you're gonna pay late fee.
Okay.
for picking up your child late because the owner of the daycare and the assistant or the workers working have things to do.
Okay.
So you're gonna pay for taking their time.
Okay.
Yeah, for taking their time.
And how much do you get paid hourly?
So it depends. It depends on the daycare.
Okay.
Some daycares, if you don't have an experience
Okay.
working with kids, they may start with minimum wage. Some might start with 14, but if you have experience, you can be expecting something like maybe 16, 17, 18, $19 per hour.
Okay.
Yes,
Okay.
exactly. So if you have experience, you should be expecting more.
Okay. And how much do the daycares charge the late fees? Experience won't pick them up.
I really don't have much idea, but I don't eat not much. Maybe $5. Yeah, I think $5.
Okay.
Yeah, $5. Yeah, $5 so.
$5 per hour.
Per minute, like
Per
minute,
minute.
yes.
Per minute for the late.
Excuse me, but we are 5 minutes late.
And
Pay $5, then 10 minutes late, $10.
Oh, per 5 minutes.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I thought it's per hour.
No.
That's expensive.
That's expensive, right?
That is expensive.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So because you don't want to pick up your child late, because the owner of the daycare or the workers there, they have places to go. They have things to do after their work. So you're gonna pay for their time, for them waiting for you to come pick up your child. Exactly. So per minute or per 5 minutes, it's $5. If you're 10 minutes late, you're gonna pay $10. If 15 minutes late, you're gonna pay $15. So that's how it is.
Okay. And do you get any amount from that, or it just goes to the daycare?
Or it goes to whoever that is on duty that day.
Okay.
Yeah, whoever that is working, whoever that is staying behind, it goes to
It's like tips.
something like that.
Something like that.
So you might be praying that's okay. This person comes late so that you can get extra money, but that's not nice because probably what about you have an appointment?
Yeah, sometimes.
Exactly.
You have assignments.
Aside, right?
Yeah.
Have
Deadlines.
paper.
Yeah. Exams.
Exactly.
Yeah. Queen, what would you say to people who are in Nigeria or who are still wanting to come to Nigeria? What would you say to them?
People that want to work, sorry?
Come to Canada
People
as international students.
Okay, people from Nigeria.
Nigeria or anywhere else.
Anywhere else that want to come to.
Because I remember one time you were telling me that so many people from Nigeria, they contact you and ask you that, Queen, I want to come to Canada. Should I come to Canada? Is it good? How is it like? So something like that. What would you say?
I'm gonna ask them to come. Yes, come.
Okay.
Come. It's good. It's good. So though we have the disadvantage part of it coming in as a new student because of course you've not been here before.
Yeah.
Exactly. So it's gonna be hard. A little bit hard settling in, especially when you don't know anybody. And when you're here all by yourself, exactly, definitely it's gonna be, a bit hard. But so like I said earlier at the beginning, what has kept me going is me being very positive. I'm a very positive person. I try not to receive negative energy from anybody.
Okay.
Please keep your negativity to yourself. Yes, that's not for me. I try not to accept any form of negative energy, regardless who the person is.
Yeah.
No.
Even if you're Justin Trudeau or Prime Minister of Canada.
No, that energy is not for me.
Okay.
You're gonna kill my person. No, I don't want that. So I am always very positive in my doings, getting a job, academic wise, meeting with people. I try to be very positive. Exactly. So I'm gonna ask you to come. Yes, come. Canada is a good place, It's a lovely place. It's a land filled with milk and honey. Exactly. Canada is a good place. Come. But trust me, when you're coming, don't just leave your country and come empty-handed. Don't do that. Prepare yourself before coming. Of course, I'm gonna ask you to come. It's really not easy with students here, but trust me, once you're done with school, you'll be fine.
Okay.
Definitely.
If you have put in the work.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
If you have not, then maybe not.
Maybe not.
Yeah.
So if you put in the work, once you're done with school, trust me, you will be fine. You will definitely be fine. So coming in as a student is really not easy because you're meeting up with responsibilities. You're on your own, especially for students that are on their own. They're not paying their school fees.
Yeah.
They're the ones paying their school fees. They don't have support from anywhere.
Yes.
Probably from mom, from dad, from siblings. You're just on your own. If you put in the work, after that you will be fine, definitely. Exactly. So
I don't really know how it translates to Nigeria.
Okay.
But what do you think about the tuition fees and paying the tuition fees?
Oh my God.
Is it possible if you just keep on bringing money from Nigeria or asking money from your parents? How does it work with Nigeria? Or is it better you still work here and then pay it yourself?
So it depends.
Okay.
It depends.
I mean, of course, if someone is rich, it's possible
Of
for
course,
them.
if you're rich, if you're doing very well back home,
Yeah.
of course you should be able to afford your school fees if you're doing very well. Yeah. If you're not doing very well, if you're not financially buoyant, it's still possible for you to pay your school fees.
Yeah.
Like I said, I've been very positive. I'm a very, very positive person. Just put in the work and you'll be fine. It's really not easy. For those that are not ready to go extra miles, when I mean extra miles, like you're ready to put in the work, not doing things illegal or illegally or whatever it's called. Exactly, but doing the right thing, but putting in the work. Exactly. You should be fine. You should be able to pay your fees. School fees here is quite expensive, trust me, like it's pretty expensive. Just you alone. It's hard. Let's be frank with ourselves. Let's be realistic. Let's be real. Let's be realistic. Exactly. It's hard. Just one person paying an international fee all alone. It's hard.
What would you say? How many hours would you have to be working in a week?
Because it now depends on the kind of courses you're taking.
Okay.
It now depends. So, as an international student, the minimum amount of class you can take is 3. Then the maximum is like 5,
6, 7.
Or 6, 7, exactly. And the higher your class, the higher your fee.
Yeah.
Your fees is being calculated by the amount of courses you're taking.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
Exactly. So because you want to do well in school, you cannot be paying huge amount of money and then you're not doing well in school. Then what are you doing here? You shouldn't be here. You shouldn't be here. Exactly, because you really want to put in that effort. The reason why you're going, like you really want to do well academically. So it's hard as a single person to work and pay his or her fees all alone. Yes. Forget that, people here in Canada, you're making it, you're looking good, you're posting pictures, blah, blah, blah. It's hard. Like, I try not to be negative, right? But like I said, I'm very, very positive. But I'm just being very realistic with people. I'm being very real. It's really hard for just one person because the school fees is quite expensive. The school fees keep increasing every year by year. When I started University of Saskatchewan, I started with 5,000 Canadian dollars. And now how much am I paying? I'm paying close to 11,000 for just 3 classes. That's ridiculous. It's ridiculous. Just imagine just one person.
Yeah.
Exactly. So it's hard, like, because you want to do well, you're going to have assignments. You're going to have people that are going to step on. Trust me, it's really not easy. Exactly. Yeah. It's not easy. But trust me, if you put in the work, you will be fine and you'll be able to pay your fee. And switching to institution is quite very easy. Exactly. Probably you started with university and you're looking at the fees and you're like, man, I can't do it. I can't do it. Yeah. Exactly. You can switch to 1-2 years program. It's quite easy, like switching to different programs or different institutions. It's quite flexible. Like it's very, very flexible. Exactly. So, like I said, only you going to school, working, and you got bills here in Canada because what I noticed when I really came here was anything you buy is always taxable.
Yeah.
Or it's always the first when I my first grocery shopping, and then I was like, okay, everything I got was just $15. How come it's now $20, $25? I was just like, okay, where is the extras? And then I discovered that I have
So many taxes.
Exactly. I was just like, what the heck? Like, why? I was just like, I was forced to ask I think after
The
that,
employee, yeah.
exactly, the person attending to me that, why do you have to put tax on this? Like, why, for what reason? Like, this shouldn't be taxed. I'm like, oh no, everything, almost everything here, you pay tax.
Yeah. Is it not the same in Nigeria?
Probably we are being taxed indirectly. I don't know.
Okay.
But it's not obvious like that.
Okay.
It's not obvious. Probably it's being added to the prices of whatever
Or
you
something
buy.
else.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But it's not like that. In Nigeria, no, it's not Nigeria. For example, you want to get like
So
sausage.
if there's like, if the price of something is written 5
it's
in Nigeria, and when you go and pay for it, it's
5. Yeah.
It's not gonna increase to
To
6 or 7.
No.
Okay.
No.
Okay.
Exactly. So you've got a lot of bills here to pay for those that were kind of maybe having issues with their phone and you can't get your phone full paid. You have to pay instrumentally. That's another bill.
Mm.
Your rent here, we pay rent every month compared to where we're coming from that we pay yearly.
Yeah.
We pay rent every month. So you're gonna be meeting up with your rent, and there's some houses that your utility and your water and everything is not included with your rent. That's another bill on its own. Your Wi-Fi too. It's another bill on its own.
Yeah.
So at the end of the day, you end up spending $550, $600, $700 every month. If you convert that money to Nigerian money, it's a huge amount of money. Yeah, that's a very huge amount of money. Exactly. So you going to school, you wanna get things done, your assignments, your quizzes, you wanna do well.
Yeah.
You wanna pay your fees, you wanna pay your rent, you wanna be mentally sound.
Yes.
Trust me, paying your fees alone, it's really not easy.
It's
like
not
I said,
easy.
I try to be very positive. So like that's what
But it's possible.
It's possible.
Yeah.
It's possible for you to come in here alone without anybody helping you.
Mm-hmm.
It's possible to pay your fees yourself. Trust me.
Okay.
It's possible.
Yeah.
It's possible. Because it's possible.
Yeah.
Because it's
Okay.
Yeah, because it's possible. Yeah, exactly.
Okay, the tuition part is done now.
Okay.
Let's talk a little bit about the life here in Canada.
Okay.
So I want to know how. So you came here in which year?
2021.
2021.
Mm-hmm.
And it's 2023 now. It's
Yeah.
almost been like 2 years.
2 years now here.
Yeah. So how has the dating life been so far in Canada? Because when you're in Nigeria, you might have had some thoughts about having dating life in Canada, or no, I don't know. But you tell me. Just tell me the raw experience, or how has it been for you?
For me?
Yeah.
The dating life?
Or you haven't really had the time to...
So yeah, to be honest, I've not really had the time to go into a relationship.
Okay.
A serious relationship.
Okay.
Exactly. Probably the ones I have around are just probably we are into friendship, like we're friends.
Yeah.
Exactly. So speaking for myself, to be honest, it's just been there. Because I'm not looking for a lover, right? I'm not looking for a partner, right? I'm just there, like, just to do what I came in here for.
Okay, so you're more indulged in those stuff.
Exactly.
Okay.
School,
Okay.
work,
Yeah.
my vision, my initiative, exactly. And then I just believe when the right time comes,
It will be.
it will be.
Okay.
Exactly.
Be God as it would. What do you say? I forgot. God as it may have it, or something.
I was saying, yeah, as God may have it.
As God may have it. Oh my God.
As God may have it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like that, right? As God may have it. And
yeah, as God may have it.
It will happen.
It will happen. Definitely, it will happen. And if you want it to happen, it's gonna happen.
Mm-hmm.
You know, for those that want it, you have to position yourself for that.
Yeah.
Of course, you want somebody, you want to go into a relationship. How do you put? You can't be home and somebody comes to look for you. Exactly. So probably if probably you're ready to settle down.
Yeah.
Somebody can just come on campus, approach you, restaurants for those that party.
Yes.
Exactly. But for myself, but for me, I'm just doing what actually brought me here.
Okay.
Then when I'm done,
Yeah.
I'm like, okay, yes, Queen is available. And then I start making choices like, I don't want this one. I want that one. When that time comes.
Okay. So for the all the boys out there, what does queen like in a guy, or how should the guy be like? Because you just said queen, you just said, okay, I'll be making choices then. Next, please.
Right.
Yeah.
So what are my words? What did you ask me?
You forgot. I asked you for the guys who might be looking out to date a fine Nigerian girl like you. What would you be looking out in the guy? Okay. For the guy to be a right wife for you, what should he have?
What should he have?
Yeah.
I like a responsible guy.
Responsible person.
The person must be responsible.
Okay.
Exactly.
Okay.
What else?
That's it. That's it, Queen.
He must be well doing.
He must be
Yeah.
well doing. Okay.
Yeah. Like I'm a Christian, right?
Okay.
Yeah.
Should be a Christian.
He should have the fear of God in him.
Okay. True. No, I feel the same as well.
You feel the same, right?
100%.
Yeah, we should have the fear of God in him. We should be responsible.
The reason that this came out from my mouth was because I feel like this is a very general thing. This women find this thing very appealing, or they like this thing. If the man is God fearing.
It needs to be God fearing.
Yeah.
Not necessarily a pastor.
not a pastor, Queen.
Not necessarily.
Yeah.
It doesn't really have to be a pastor. That's what I'm trying to say.
Yeah.
But he should be God fearing. He should be responsible.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, that's what.
A respected
that's what
person.
Nigerian.
Someone that's gonna respect me.
Okay. Good.
A humble person.
You're in.
Exactly.
Okay.
I'm not asking for much, am I?
No.
Should be humble, well mannered,
Okay.
responsible.
Okay. But you've been working in the daycare. You can always teach these things to the
Of
guy,
course.
right?
To the guy. I think, okay, my male friends here, sometimes whenever I'm talking to them, I usually, approach them or talk to them as if I'm talking to my daycare kid. Sometimes I'll be like, where is your manners? How do you use your words? Sometimes they can be like, Queen, can you give me the stuff? I'm like, excuse me. Where is your place? Where's your manners? Can you please? And you're like, so do you want to turn me to your daycare kids or what? Stuff like that. So sometimes whenever I'm dealing with my friends, it's part of me, right? I deal with kids. Okay, because we're in the summer.
Yeah, most of the time, yeah.
Not most of the time, every day.
So that is most of the time.
Like Monday to Friday, outside Saturday, Sunday.
Okay.
Even Saturday, Sunday, I deal with other people, to like old people.
Yeah.
Like I work in a care home, right?
Yeah.
Exactly. So almost all the time, like Monday to Friday, I'm dealing with kids. So it's already part of me. Like since 2021,
Yeah.
I got
So it's very natural to you when
Exactly.
it comes like that.
Exactly. So when I'm talking to you, I expect you to be well mannered. Exactly. So that's just stuff like that in it. I should be hardworking.
Okay.
Nobody wants their ability.
It started with two things. now the list is just well-mannered, God-fearing, responsible, hardworking.
Hardworking.
Yeah.
Exactly. Someone that would treat me as a queen I am. I'm priceless.
Amen.
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 Exactly. So that's just it. Exactly.
Okay. I hope you do find someone who has all those things and even a little bit more of that. But now I would like to. I think we already have talked for so long, and I think we should finish it. But before finishing it,
Okay.
I would like to ask you if, like, through you've had a good experience here.
Yeah.
Now you know the ins and out of
Canada,
staying in
I'm
Canada
saying,
as
yeah.
an international student.
Mhm.
If you had to say one thing, or if you would like to advise someone,
Okay.
what advice would you give?
What advice would I give to anyone?
Anyone, yeah.
Please stay focused.
Mm-hmm.
Be very focused. Be determined,
Mm-hmm.
and be very positive.
Mm-hmm.
Then you'll be fine.
Okay.
Stay focused. Put in that work.
Mm-hmm.
Be very diligent. And be committed also.
Mm-hmm.
Takes commitment, focus.
Mhm.
What else? Diligent.
Yeah.
Hard work.
Yeah.
And then you'll be fine. Then stay positive.
Okay.
Stay positive.
Stay positive.
Stay positive.
I'm gonna put it in the videos.
Please be very positive.
Okay.
Try not to accept negative energy from people, please. Try not to accept negative energy from people.
Mhm.
Try to be very positive in your doings, in your thinking, because of course, you're gonna have different thoughts coming on your head exactly, or coming into your head. Try not to accept it. Try to say no to that thing. Exactly. So please be very positive, be very focused, put in that work, be very serious, exactly. Just do all of this I said, and you will be fine, definitely.
Okay.
You'll be fine.
Thank you, Queen, for taking
Thank
out your
you.
time and telling us a lot about Nigerian people, and so many things that goes on in a daycare job, how you have to deal with children.
Yeah.
It was really interesting knowing that.
Thank
And
you.
also telling a little bit about what you want in your lover, in your
You
in your
asked
partner.
me, right?
Yeah, I asked you.
You asked me, right?
I just see, just wanted to get the perspective of how, like, so that people don't have the wrong perspective of before coming to Canada.
Okay.
They should know what, like, is it really that easy?
No, it's not.
Yeah.
It's really not that
Yeah.
easy. No, nobody should deceive you. It's really not that
Yeah,
easy.
that's why. And
Exactly.
not only from a guy's perspective, but when you say it, like, it comes from, like, female's perspective, a girl's perspective is out there, right? So
Yeah.
that's why. And telling about the tuition
Exactly.
and managing studies and the difficulties that we had to
Of
face,
course, it's difficult.
right? Thanks for everything.
Mm-hmm.
Thanks for sharing your experiences.
Thank you.
And thanks for taking all the time.
Thank you.
It was really nice talking with you.